Hello everyone, it's Yoshi and your boy, Jump Like the One Only, here with another exciting video. In this video, I am going to be playing AI Dungeon 2. That's AI Dungeon 2. So I hope you guys are excited for that. Also, feel free to talk to me in the live chat. Feel free to tell me how you're doing today, if you have any questions for your boy, and if you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream. I actually had a whole bunch of videos that I wanted to make today, but I ended up just doing a Fighter Z stream before this. At 9 p.m. I may try and I won't be able to try and make another video. Maybe I'll do another Fighter Z stream after this one, and then after that I'll do the AI Dungeon 2 stream. So maybe you guys will end up getting 4 streams today. That'd be pretty cool. But I have AI Dungeon 2 already pulled up. Give me one moment to get the live chat set up. The live chat. I'm excited for us to be able to all play AI Dungeon 2 together. It's been a hot minute since the last time we've done one of these sessions, and I always have fun seeing what creative ideas that you guys come up with. Speaking of creative ideas that you guys come up with, I need to get the character list set up. That way, in case anyone has any new characters they want to play, or if they want to play any old characters, I'll have them all already squared away. And we're going to be doing the same thing that we've been doing the last few times, where we use one of the already pre-made settings of AI Dungeon 2, and then we add on to the world as we go through our actions and through using the remember feature. It just lets things go a little smoother, I would say. Do, 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 do. So I have the character description pulled up. Great. And now I'm going to scroll down, change it from top chat to live chat. That way I can see everybody's live chat messages. And yeah, now I'm ready for action. So what I'm going to do is select fantasy, and then I'm going to select wizard, and then I'm going to type my name in as Jet. Then I'm going to, I guess, just wait. I'll wait for people to join in who want to like participate and play the game. And in the meantime, I can just talk about my day. I mean, this is the vlog stream. So I'll talk about my day. And then once people jump in and they're like, hey, I want to play some AI Dungeon 2, then we'll jump into playing AI Dungeon 2. So today has been like a pretty normal day for the most part. You know, I worked for most of the day. I messaged with my girlfriend Beth and my friend Kaylee. Kaylee and I talked a lot about rap and music. So I learned yesterday that my friend Kaylee actually listens to some rap, and I was really surprised. She introduced me to this group called Brockhampton. I really don't like a lot of Brockhampton songs, or at least I don't like a lot of what I've heard so far, but I listened to their entire Ginger album today, and I liked maybe like 3 of the 12 songs, so like a fourth of the album. Um, they seem alright. Like I understand the appeal of Brockhampton, but it's just not really like my cup of tea personally. And I introduced Kaylee to Little Debbie. Little Debbie is a rapper from the White Girl Mob, which is a group of white female rappers made up of like Krayshawn, Lil Debbie, V Nasty. Though I'm pretty sure that's not a group anymore. Like that used to be, I think, a close knit pack, but I think over time they all just kind of separated. But Kaylee seems to be fucking with Little Debbie, and I'm glad that she digs it. By the way, if you guys are wondering, what's this Dragon Ball shirt Jet's got on? I actually got this from Beth's parents. I believe I got this for Christmas. Shout out to Beth and her family. I appreciate it. I just recently started wearing this shirt. Um, let's see. Oh, I was telling you guys what I've been up to today. I called Ryan when I went to go check the mail. He was working on homework, so I don't really know how Ryan's been for real. I have a bunch of video topics, like things that I've written out where I'm like, ooh, this would be like a cool video. I just haven't had the time to actually make said videos, but I should be making at least some of them tomorrow. That's the plan, anyways, is to make more of these videos. And I am trying to do at least one uploaded video a day. That's the current like setup. At least Monday through Thursday, one uploaded video a day. Minimum is the goal. With the streams being on Wednesday. In case you guys don't know about the new stream schedule, I've posted a video on YouTube called New Upload Schedule that talks about when all that stuff goes on. Excuse me. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend that you check it out. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is my way of trying to like do more on YouTube. Um, I know there's been a little bit of confusion. Izanagi actually posted a comment where he was talking about how it doesn't make any sense that I'm able to make all these videos, but I don't stream every night anymore. He's like, if you have time to do those videos, why don't you have time to stream? Well, it's not that I don't have time to stream. It's more that we're doing like regularly scheduled things. Yo, Norfolk, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy and any discussion topics that you talk about on the stream? Would you like to play some AI Dungeon 2? Some AI Dungeon 2. I'd be hyped to play some AI Dungeon 2 with you. You'd be able to create your own character, play as your character, and literally do anything or say anything that you would like to. It would be like a turn based thing, so you and I would take turns, and anyone else who happened to pop into the live chat would also be a part of the turn based back and forth. What do you say? Are you down? What I was talking about a moment ago before you popped in, uh, let's see, Norfolk said, that sounds fun. Oh, ballin'. So, Norfolk, what would you like your character's name to be? Do you want your character to have any special powers? And do you have a goal for your character? Like something that you want your character to achieve? Um, right now, we're playing in a campaign that kind of has like a medieval fantasy feel to it, but we can manipulate that. So if we want to add elements of like sci-fi or like superheroes or anything else that you would really want thrown in, we can do that. Norfolk said, "Hang on, give me a second. That's a hard question. No problem. No problem at all. No pressure. Feel free to take your time." To give you an idea of my character, I'm pretty much just a wizard. I have like a staff and a spell book, and I'm currently in a ruin. And that's pretty much it. From there, we can expand and do whatever. Let's see. I got a message from my friend Kaylee. Ooh, yeah, I'd be down. So Kaylee said that she's always down for movies and that she would be down to watch The Cabinet of the Caligari. Well, it's not of the Caligari, The Cabinet of Caligari. In case you guys haven't heard, The Cabinet of Caligari is a public domain film that's like 100 years old or so. And it's like one of the earliest horror movies where a lot of horror movie visuals and tropes are like first established. Yo, Ryan! No, that's not Ryan. That's Nani. I'm sorry. The reason why I accidentally called you Ryan, Ryan has the exact same like blacked out circle style image on Facebook as what I see on the live chat window. Like I don't know if there's any more to it than just blackness because it looks so tiny on my screen. But it tricked the fuck out of me. I thought you were Ryan for a second. Yo, Nani, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy and do any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. Nani said, "Why does he have a blacked out image on Facebook?" I don't know. Ryan likes to do a lot of things. Goatboy Gaming said, "Hi, remember me?" Yeah, I remember you, Goatboy Gaming. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy and do any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Nani said, "I'm good, and you?" Fantastic as always. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. Norfolk said his name is going to be Jim Bob. He's going to be a rogue, and his aspiration is to achieve world dominance. I got you. I'll add Jim Bob to the character list, and then I will add it to the game. Jim Bob. Okay? Jim Bob. Ooh, I accidentally said Kim Bob. Jim Bob is a rogue who aspires to take over the world. So right now, guys, we're playing AI Dungeon 2. We're playing AI Dungeon 2. So if you guys want to join in, we can actually all play together. We take turns controlling characters, and we each get to make our own character, which is pretty ballin'. And in this game, you can literally say anything and do anything that you want, because it's a pretty badass game. But I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Let's see. Go Boy Gaming said, Nani, why do you have a blacked out YouTube profile picture? That's an interesting question. Nani said, I haven't been on your streams in a hot minute. Uh, that's understandable. Welcome back. It's good to have you back. Nani said, I've been lazy to put a new pic. Hey, no pressure. Volt said, hey. Yo, Volt, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. You were on the Fighter Z stream earlier. Welcome, welcome. Are you here to play some AI Dungeon 2? Some AI Dungeon 2. Right now we have Norfolk playing. So the current turn order is your boy, then Norfolk, who's playing Jim Bob, and then anyone else who wants to play. Volt said, I'm down to play some AI Dungeon. Okay, ballin'. Volt will now also be in the game. So let me scroll over. Norfolk said, oh, also I forgot to say, thank you for the remember feature. Really helps. No problem. By the way, this is like a common misconception. So I didn't make AI Dungeon 2. A lot of people think I did because I made so many videos about it. The creator of AI Dungeon 2 is of a similar age to me and he has a similar name. His name is Nick Walton. I'm not Nick Walton. I'm Nickabenson. I'm just like really into the game. I support the game. I play it all the time, but I didn't make it. Like I didn't add anything. But people send me messages like that all the time where they're like, thank you for this thing in the game. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. But Nick Walton's a cool guy. I've like emailed with him and like messaged with him on Twitter. Um, so I'm sure he's like hype that people are excited about it. Nani said, people always think you made it. Yeah. So it's one of those things where Nick Walton, he doesn't have a really big like YouTube presence. So I think when people see so many AI dungeon based videos that all have the same face, they think like that must be the guy who made it. No, 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 no. Nani said, did you tell him that? Did I tell the creator that people always think that I made the game? Nah, at the time when I was messaging with Nick Walton, it was like very early on in like AI Dungeon 2's popularity. Like before the game was really like blowing up, blowing up. I imagine it's actually harder to get a hold of him now than it was at that particular point in time, if I had to guess. Because right now he's making bank. He's making almost like $17,000 a year. Not a year, sorry, a month, working on this game. So I mean, he's doing well, or at least I think he's doing well. There was a time where he had a weird money thing going on. But anyways, AI Dungeon 2. Some AI Dungeon 2. Let's do this. Okay, so here's what we got so far. You are Jet, a wizard living in the kingdom of Larion. You have a staff and a spell book. You finish your long journey and finally arrive at the ruin you've been looking for. You look around and see that it's indeed a ruined city. The place is filled with ruins and rubble. It looks like this was once an important center of civilization, but now nothing remains except dust. So here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to attempt to look through your spell book for a spell that can revive the lost civilization. Notice that I said attempt to. So whenever you guys do anything in this game, I'm going to put attempt to do whatever you tried to do in front of it so that the AI has the ability to either allow you to do it or not allow you to do it, because it adds more variability and fun to the game overall. So I am going to copy my response in case it breaks and then hit enter, and let's see what happens. Also, Volt, what would you like your character to be like? What do you want your character's name to be? What do you want your character's abilities to be? And what do you want your character's goal to be? Here's how the AI responded. You walk towards the ruins and begin to search through your book. As you do so, you notice something on one of the pages. The page contains an image of two people standing next to each other holding hands. They both appear to be dead, but they're not really. Seems almost like a picture of zombies holding hands. I don't want to revive the lost civilization by literally turning them into zombies. I was hoping more to like bring the civilization back from the dust to be like a fully fledged thing, like buildings return, and like artifacts reappear and stuff like that. Not like bring them all back to life. But I guess I did phrase my uh, action a little weirdly. I'm glad it didn't just make zombies. I'm glad it let me look into the book and see like a picture. Uh, so that's my turn. Next up is your boy Nerfolk, not Nerfolk, Norfolk, aka Jim Bob. Norfolk, what would you like to do? An AI Dungeon 2. An AI Dungeon 2. Let's see, it is now your turn. Boom. Volt said, I'll be Helviza, a female warrior to with a long sword who has the ability to cast weak healing spells. Helviza's goal is to make as much money as possible going on adventures. Okay, cool. I can work with that. So let's see. I'm going to add that to the character list. Helviza. Helviza is a female warrior who can cast weak healing spells. Helviza's goal is to make as much money as possible as an adventurer. Okay? And now I will add that to the game using the remember feature. Boom, bam, bada bop, boom, pow. And now I will swap back over here. Norfolk said, hang on. Oh, no problem. No rush at all. Norfolk said, I would like to investigate further into these people in the book. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to say something along the lines of Jim Bob approaches you and looks closely at the image inside your spell book. Well, I guess I should say, and attempts to closely examine the image inside your spell book. There we go. Let's see how this... Jim Bob approaches you and begins examining the image in your spellbook. He studies it carefully, then he smiles and says, It's a picture of me! He points to himself and his friend. Then he turns to you and asks, Do you know what this means? Excuse me. Now, real quick, essentially what happened is that Norfolk's character approached me, looked at the same picture I saw, which was of like two dead people holding hands, but they're not actually dead. And then he was like, hey, that's me and my friend. Oh, that's crazy. You know what that means? Norfolk, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about like looking into the spell book and seeing two dead people who aren't really dead holding hands, and then recognizing one of them as yourself and then one of them as your friend? Because that seems like a big plot twist. Does that mean Norfolk's character is like a zombie? Maybe the people in the image aren't zombies. Who knows? But it's definitely an interesting development. So let me at Norfolk in the live chat and say, so Norfolk said, I feel slightly upset since I lost my friend when society crumbled. Oh, wow. He had like a character moment. That's deep. Volt said, I feel like it reads better when you give apostrophe LL. I feel like it reads better when you give apostrophe LL. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Norfolk said, correction, deeply upset. Went from slightly upset to deep, feels it in his soul. He's learned that his friend is dead. Goat Boy Gaming said hi. Yo, Goat Boy Gaming, would you like to play AI Dungeon 2 with us? It's good to have you on the stream. Volt said, fuck, when introduce your character to the story. My bad. So Volt said, I feel like it reads better when you introduce your character to the story. I understand what you mean. Yeah, because right now Jim Bob just kind of appears. It's. I mean, I don't think the intro is bad necessarily. Jim Bob just kind of shows up, but I don't think it's that crazy. Volt said, you. Oh, like you think it reads better when I introduce my character to the story? I did. I read the prompt. I'm the wizard in the ruin or whatever with the staff and the spellbook from earlier. Do 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 do. Oh, speaking of introducing characters, it is now Volt's turn. Volt, what would you like to do? Essentially, what's happened so far, I arrived in a ruin that I was looking for, but it's essentially just all dust, and that's pretty much all that's left over of this now past civilization. Jim Bob, aka Norfolk's character, appears as I'm looking through my spell book for a spell that could help me revive the civilization. I find a page that has an image of what looks like two dead people holding hands, but they don't seem like they're actually dead, so I suspect they might be zombies. When Jim Bob comes and looks closer at the image, he realizes that the two people in the picture are himself and a friend of his. Um, and he asked me, do you know what this means? But that's pretty much as far as we've gotten. So, Volt, you are now in control of the story. You are now in control of your character. What is Helvisa going to do? Helvisa is your character. As you know, she is a female warrior adventurer who's trying to make as much money as possible, who can cast weak healing spells. Now that I think about it, your character can cast weak healing spells. My character is a wizard with a spell book. Maybe our powers combined could bring back the civilization, including Norfolk's friend. Go Boy Gaming said that story is sad. Indeed. Volt said, Helvisa runs slowly, walks through the ruins with my sword drawn, yelling, is anybody here? Runs slowly, walks. I feel like that's not what you meant to say. So I'm going to say, Helvisa slowly walks through the ruins with her sword drawn. I need to put a period. Helvisa says, well, no, yells, is anybody here? Volt said, I'm having trouble typing right now. No problem, no problem at all. You're fine. Helvisa slowly walks through the ruin with her sword drawn. Helvisa yells, is anybody here? Before she suddenly stops and turns to you. Her eyes widen as she sees you. Then she speaks. I thought I heard someone calling out. Is somebody there? Are they alive or dead? So it's interesting that you call out, then you see my character, then you say that you thought you heard someone calling out. Wait, hold on. But the way that you're talking makes it sound like you still aren't aware of my presence. No, she sees me. It straight up says that she sees me. Let's see. Norfolk said all good, and then Volt said I meant to delete runs. No problem. Let me post what happened in the live chat, because it is like an interesting turn of events that might be easier to portray by allowing you guys to just read it directly. Oh shit, I just posted the same thing twice. Oh wait, no I didn't. No, that is exactly what I wanted to post. So that's the most recent thing that happened in the story. And I'll read it again, like once more, for good measure, because I want to make sure that we're fine with this before we move forward to my turn. Rather than that, so I need you guys' confirmation this is like a good progression of the story. So I'm gonna say at Volt, and then I'm gonna say at Norfolk. Is this good? or should I alter slash revert anything? Because it essentially does the action that Volt wanted. Volt said, I'd just delete my last sentence. Okay, yeah, I can do that using the alter command. And you're right, that is pretty much all you would need to change. So now it's going to read, Helviza slowly walks through the ruins with her sword drawn. She yells, is anyone here? Before she suddenly stops and turns to you. Her eyes widen when she sees you. Yeah, I vibe with that. Norfolk said, I feel like it is a bit janky, but ultimately it is up to Volt. I think Volt's correction definitely helps to fix it and helps the story flow, which means it is now my turn. So I am going to attempt to befriend Helviza because you have a sword drawn and you are a stranger. So, of course, I want to be on your good side. Norfolk said, agreed. You approach Helviza and say, hello, I'm Jet. She nods and says, I see you've met me already, but don't worry about it. We all meet new friends every day. So, how did you get here? Did someone tell you where to go? So that interaction I think is interesting. I'll also post this one in the live chat. Whenever it's dialogue based, it's good for me to ask you guys how you feel about what was said. So let me yaga that. Let's see. Volt said, I guess I speak very cryptic. So I do think your reaction is the part where I'm like, do you want to keep it that way or do you want to change it? Because essentially what you said is, I see you've met me already. Excuse me. Which is interesting to say to someone, maybe we have met already. The way that AI Dungeon 2 works, it's not necessarily the beginning of the story. You know, like the way that the story the way that the story began, I was already like arriving in a ruin, showing that I was like trying to get here and stuff like that. Like maybe we have already met, but maybe we haven't become friends yet. But then I don't know why I would introduce myself with hello, I'm Jet if we've met before. Maybe we've met before, but I don't remember that we've met before. So I'm like, hello, I'm Jet. And then you're like, oh, I already know who you are. How did you get to the ruin? Because that kind of makes sense. I think that would be fine, to be honest. Volt said, I'm fine with it, to be honest. It makes her quirky. Okay, yeah, I dig it. And I think it makes sense. Like, now that I've thought about it in my head, like, you could legitimately have just, like, met me before, and you're just reacting to me saying hello to you as if I've never met you before. You're like, we've met. How'd you get here? That's fair. That just sounds nice. Next up would be your boy Norfolk. So I'm going to @Norfolk and say, it is your turn. Also, make sure you smash that like button if you're having a fun time so far. I hope everybody is enjoying the stream. And if you guys love your AI Dungeon 2, then definitely make sure to tune back in at 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, because at 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, I'm going to be doing another AI Dungeon 2 stream. But don't worry, we have plenty of time left in this stream as well. We got like 30 more minutes of AI Dungeon 2 action. And we're making good progress through the story, which is nice. Let's see, so Norfolk is going to look over to Jet in shock as I see his spell book begin to glow and say, the prophecy is happening. Oh goodness, this is going to be interesting indeed. So Jim Bob looks over to you in shock as he sees your spell book glow. Jim Bob says, the prophecy. And then I'm going to put some dots and I'm going to go, it's happening. I noticed that Jim Bob is carrying with him some possible lore nuggets. Adding in those lore nuggets. You nod and smile. You turn back to Helviza and say, let's hope we survive this. Helviza nods and starts walking forward with her sword raised. Suddenly, you hear a loud noise outside. It sounds like a cannonball exploding in the distance. So, I don't mind what it said. Like I said, I'll post it in the live chat again to make sure that you guys are getting the clearest interpretation of what's happening. Do 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 do. Oh, I almost copied enough. There we go. So that was what happened on that last turn. So it's interesting that when Jim Bob says the prophecy is happening, I smile and nod, like I'm like, hey. And then when I turn to Helviza, I go, let's hope we survive this. To which then Helviza nods and lifts her sword. And then we hear a loud noise outside. The only thing I don't like is that it says outside, but we're in a ruin that's just dust. Maybe the ruin could be like in a cave or something. It just sounds weird because I imagined us outside the whole time. So then when it's like something's happening outside, I think the only thing that I would want to change is maybe outside of the ruin, like specify where outside with like the alter command. But I think that's the main thing I would want to change. Other than that, I think we're like pretty good. But let me know if you guys have anything else that you would want changed. Let's see. Outside of the ruin. Norfolk said, with me being in the spellbook and knowing the prophecy, I think I'm going for a more wise character. Interesting. Jim Bob, the wise rogue who wishes for world domination. That sounds like a developed character to me. So next up, we got Volt's turn. Hey, Volt, what do you want to do? Volt said, honestly, that seems like an appropriate change. Fair. I'm digging it. Do 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 do. Ba dun 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 dun. Oh snap. Bum ba da 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. So at Volt, it is now your turn. I like that the story's been free flowing, that we've been working together to craft the story, and that it seems like it's going in an interesting direction, and all our characters are gathered together, ready to face whatever it is that is currently happening. Norfolk said, I think the stream concept is a really cool idea. Thank you kindly, Norfolk. I'm glad that you vibe with it. Norfolk said, like, I am genuinely enjoying myself. Ballin', I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Don't forget to smash that like button if you're enjoying the stream. Truly appreciate it. Do. Let's see. Bolt says, Helviza runs toward the explosion with her sword drawn, yelling a battle cry. Okay, ballin'. I can pretty much post that in like as is. The only thing that I would change, I'll probably end your sentence with an exclamation point, and I'll capitalize your name so the AI doesn't think it's not a proper noun. Helviza quickly runs toward the explosion with her sword drawn, shouting a battle cry. She swings her blade at the building behind her, but instead of destroying it, she finds herself impaled through the chest by a large metal spike. I have some questions. So the thing that throws me, you run toward the explosion. I'm like, that's cool. That makes sense. Swings her blade. All right, cool. At the building behind her. Then I'm like, whoa. building behind her. I thought the ruins were just dust. What building? If I knew there was a building here, I would have been going to the building, looking for shit. Then it's like swings her blade at the building. Why would she want to attack a building? Did the building explode? Like, I don't know what's happening. And then it's like a metal spike impales her, which that part actually is kind of cool, not gonna lie. But it's just the fact that it was like a building. Like, it's not like a monster. It's not like some kind of like metal automaton, like robot. It's a building. So I feel like if we want to change anything about this one, it would probably be the whole attacking a building thing. Like maybe change it from hitting a building to hitting like some weird mecha beast or like a metal god or like a metallic changeling or like a knight or something. Even that could work. Like it doesn't even have to be that crazy. An iron dragon. Fucking. I mean, we could make up whatever we wanted. I just think it's weird that your character attacked a building, unless that's what you want to do. Like unless you read that and you were like, "Oh, that's cool as fuck." I definitely attack a building. It's really up to you guys. So I'm going to do at Volt. Would you like me? Oh, Volt said yes. Let's change that to hitting something of your choice. Oh, okay. I just get to pick. Bum 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 bum. She swings her sword. At a metal monster that has appeared behind her. I'm gonna say that has magically appeared behind her. Okay. Cool. I mean, that makes a lot more sense than hitting a building. And the magical appearance of the metal monster will work with the whole prophecy thing and everything like that. And it makes the metal spike thing work. So I think we're Gucci, which means it is now my turn. Um, I wonder if I can banish it. I'm going to attempt to cast a banishment spell on the metal monster. So that's going to be my attempt, which means it may succeed, it may fail. We'll find out soon enough. You attempt to cast a banishment spell on the metal monster. You immediately feel a burning pain throughout your body. Your skin burns and peels off from your bones as you scream out in agony. Real quick. Oh shit, that hurts. That sounds very painful. Failing a spell sucks. But now I got no skin. I got no skin. Norfolk said, quick question. Is Helvisa in the spike? To which Volt said, probably. Yeah, I think Helvisa has been impaled. What I was going to try to do was banish the monster away, uh, which I imagine the spike was a part of the monster's body, but that did not work. Volt said, gross. Gross indeed. It is now Norfolk's turn. It seems like everybody in the party is getting mollywopped. So I am curious to see how this is going to go. Volt's character has been impaled. My character doesn't have any skin. Um, let's see, Norfolk said, I hastily run to Helvisa and attempt to pull her off and provide medical assistance. Okay, understandable. So, exclamation point, Jim Bob rushes toward Helvisa and attempts to pull Helvisa off of the metal spike that is impaled through her body. I was gonna say chest, and then I realized that if I... Also, I should end that with an exclamation point. It helps let the game know that shit's real. I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. There's a lot of suspense because everybody's kind of already been downed for the most part. But Jim Bob coming in for support. Jim Bob rushes toward Helvisa and attempts to pull Helvisa off of the metal spike that is impaled through her body. He pulls hard, but it doesn't even slow down the speed of the spike. It continues to move forward until it pierces through Helvisa's heart. Oh. Oh, what? At first it didn't make sense, and then I thought about it and I was like, it kind of makes sense. So it sounds like the metal spike that went into Helvisa is like a thing that's like continually like growing into the body. Like it like it shicked into her, and then once it was in her body, it's like pushing harder, like through like bone and shit. So it didn't go straight through. It just is like in like the chest. So then Norfolk's character Jim Bob comes to like pull um, Volt's character off of the spike. But as he's trying to pull Volt's character off the spike, as he's pulling back, the spike is continuing to push forward, trying to get through that breastplate until Helvisa's like impaled through the heart. Volt said a magic spike from a magic metal beast. That's true. I mean, it does make sense. It does add up, since magic can kind of get away with doing crazy shit. So that's a straight hit to the heart. We might be able to save you. My banishment spell did not work out well, but this time I will attempt to cast a healing spell. Well, hold up. Fuck that. Fuck that. We need to get away from the monster. Excuse me. Attempt to cast a teleportation spell to send the monster. Yeah, let's get the monster away. Then we can teleport separately somewhere else to send the monster into the heart of a volcano. If I fuck this up, we could end up in the heart of a volcano. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Okay. Ooh, I keep hitting the wrong button. It's a work reflex. At work, I hit Control S a lot, so I keep trying to hit Control C to copy, and then I hit Control S. So let's see if I can teleport us away. Well, no, sorry, teleport the monster away so that we can try and recover. You attempt to cast a teleportation spell to send the monster into the heart of a volcano. The creature disappears instantly, leaving only its head behind. Oh shit. Well, I didn't do a perfect teleportation spell, but now I know how to decapitate monsters, I guess. Try to teleport them somewhere and then just don't send their head. I wonder if I can do the opposite. I wonder if I can do something like only send the head. Volt said, "Oh damn, yeah." So now it is Norfolk's turn. So the monster has been sent away, which is cool and all. Norfolk said, "Yeah, badass." Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm glad everybody vibes with it. That wasn't the intention, but it worked out well. So I think Volt's character needs like immediate medical attention, because getting stabbed directly through the heart is probably not the best situation for Helvisa. My character doesn't have any skin, which sucks, but I don't think I'm like. I mean, I'm still probably also dying, but I'm not in as bad of a situation as Helvisa. So I would say Oh, it's Helvisa's turn. Well, fuck. What is Helvisa gonna do? Helvisa's heart has been pierced through. So Volt. It's actually Volt's turn. Um, what would you like to do? Because you still could technically try to do something. Volt said your character needs ointment. I wonder if I could teleport ointment to us. Or even like a doctor. Fuck. If I tried to teleport a doctor to us, I could see it doing something like you only teleport the doctor's head. Or like you only teleport the doctor's body. Or like something ridiculous. Volt said Helvisa attempts to cast a healing spell on her dying body. That's right, Helvisa already has healing capabilities. Helvisa attempts to cast a healing spell on herself. Okay, let's see how this goes. Helvisa attempts to cast a healing spell on herself. She tries to use her magic powers, but they are useless against the beast that pierced through her chest. She screams in agony as blood pours out of her chest and onto the ground below. Well, oh shit. So, the powers of the metal beast counteract healing magic? You might need like a real doctor or stronger healing magic. Um, Maybe you're like cursed. Volt said, very epic. I'm glad that you're vibing with it. I didn't expect that response. It is pretty epic. I'm enjoying the story. Next up is Norfolk. Um, Helvisa is like actively dying. Let's see. Norfolk said, fun fact, Jim Bob was a medical practitioner for Larion. My boy's like, I am a rogue wise man who knows of the prophecy of the metal monster, who wants to dominate the worlds, and is also a medical practitioner. The lore is strong with this one. But yeah, sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Building on your character. Later on, we gotta like fight God, and it's like, also, by the way, I'm actually the real God. Let's see. Norfolk said, I am an ambitious man. Lol. Volt said Jim Bob is a Swiss Army knife. Indeed. A narrative Swiss Army knife. Let's see. Norfolk, you wouldn't just have to be like a medical practitioner. You'd have to be like a heart surgeon. Maybe even a magic heart surgeon. We do have the spell book, actually. Like, if it's magic that's preventing you from healing yourself, we might be able to use the spell book to research a way to break the metal monster's curse on you. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. So, if the spell book had a picture of Jim Bob and his friend holding hands, and then Jim Bob's character goes, do you know what this means? And then the explosion sound happens, and the explosion sound makes Jim Bob go, the prophecy, it's happening. And then like a metal monster shows up that we fight. Do you think the metal monster that we fought was actually Jim Bob's friend from the picture? Because that would be interesting. Just as like a way to tie all of that together. Because I just realized the friend was like an element of that, as far as I'm aware, hasn't come back up. Unless the friend is that metal monster that we fought. Norfolk said, I pull out my bag of medical supplies and attempt to cure the impaled cardiac muscle and pray to God. Interesting. Okay, let me hit you up. Volt said, oh shit, this is like some Full Metal Alchemist shit. Jim Bob pulls out a medical bag and attempts to cure Helvisa's impaled cardiac muscle. Let's see. I'm gonna say Jimba pulls out a medical bag and prays and attempts to cure Helviza's impaled cardiac muscle. I almost said impact. Norfolk said, "My official diagnosis: you're fucked." Lol. Jim Bob pulls out a medical bag and attempts. Wait, sorry. Jim Bob pulls out a medical bag and begins praying. His face contorts into one of horror as his hands begin to shake uncontrollably. He then begins casting a powerful healing spell, but it fails miserably. The wound is fatal. Helviza dies in your arms. Oh shit. This game is really going hard on the like, you fail, and you don't just fail, you fail miserably. It's been like the whole session. Um, Norfolk said, no, no. Goodness. Um, hmm. Well, hold on. My turn's up next. I got an idea. Attempt to cast a resurrection spell. Oh, wait. I think I know what happened. Volt said, well, I'll be back like Obi-Wan. And then Norfolk said, smart thinking. I was going to do a resurrection spell, but then I thought about it. Remember how the metal spike magically prevented Volt's character from healing earlier? Then you tried to use medical supplies to heal her. But then the AI was like, medical supplies? You mean a spell? Not gonna work. So what if we cast a spell to break the curse of the metal spike so that then we can try to heal, or I guess resurrect Volt's character, because Volt's character did just straight up die. So I'm going to attempt to cast a spell to break the curse on Helviza and bring her back from the dead. Because if I can break the curse, then I think it'll be Gucci. Norfolk said, that makes a lot of sense. And then Volt said, sounds like the best chance. And then Norfolk said, yeah. So let's see how this goes. You attempt to cast a spell to break the curse on Helviza and bring her back from the dead. You focus your mind and try to think of something that will help you. Something positive. Something that will give you strength for what lies ahead. And that's all it said. It didn't tell me if it worked. It didn't tell me if it didn't work. It's just like you attempt to do it and you focus on something positive, but it leaves us kind of on a cliffhanger. Now there are multiple ways we can go about this. We can either go straight to Helviza's turn and let Helviza try and do something, or we can hit the enter key, and supposedly if you just hit enter, it'll continue on the last thing it said. So if we're like, hold on, did it work, did it not work, we can hit enter and just see what it fills in to determine whether or not it worked or it didn't, or we can skip to Volt's turn. It's entirely up to what you guys want to do though, so definitely let me know in the live chat. Excuse me. So, should we hit enter to see what happens next? Volt said try enter. It does continue the story, but it might time jump. Norfolk then said it's up to Volt. Okay, worst case scenario, if it tries to jump us, we can just use revert. Okay. A light shines within your mind, and you see a bright light appear in front of you. You open your eyes and find yourself standing before Helvetia Castle. Helvetia Castle? Like I teleported somewhere? That's not a resurrection spell. So here's what the AI said. You know, I was almost with it. Volt said, what the fuck? If instead of saying Helvetia Castle, If it had said, and find yourself standing before Helvisa, then maybe it would have worked. It's almost like it confused Helvisa with this Helvetia castle thing. Um, should we alter it? Should we revert it? What are you guys' thoughts? What should be the move? Volt said it was almost perfect. Perfect. Let's see. So should I alter it to say that Helvisa is standing before me? Yeah, Volt said alter it to say Helvisa. Norfolk said we are in quite the pickle. So we're going to alter it to where instead of saying find yourself standing before Helvetia Castle, I'm going to say you open your eyes and find yourself standing before Helvisa. Standing before Helvisa sounds so weird. Like it made more sense when it was a castle, the way that it said it. I'm going to say you open your eyes and see Helvisa standing before you. That might be a good way to use like similar wording, but make it make more sense. Okay. So now it's Helvisa's turn. We still don't really know if Helvisa is just fine now. Like it could be you resurrected her, but there's literally like a hole in her heart. It could be something like that. Uh, so I believe your name is Hoytran, but I don't think I'm saying it right. It's like Hey. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna say hi or Hoy. Hoy. I'm gonna call you HT. Yo, HT, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? And Godzilla, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? Don't forget to smash that like button. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So we're in the latter half of the stream right now. There are only about 3 minutes left in our current session. But don't worry, I'm gonna be back with more AI Dungeon 2 with more AI Dungeon 2 tonight at 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That's 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. But we still have a few more minutes to try and get in like at least like one more action. So Volt said, Helvisa looks at her chest to see if her wound was healed. Hey, that's a good move. Helvisa looks at her chest to see if her wound has been healed. Let's find out. Godzilla said, a massive portal appears. There is a source of terror from it. And out comes the destroyer of worlds, the devourer, the walking death, Mortis Deus. That seems like exactly what Godzilla would want to do. Godzilla, we fought like a crazy magic monster. You probably would have really dug it. It was like a metal monster with magic spikes that prevent you from healing yourself. Volt said, well, I'm gonna die again. Right now, I'm waiting for the AI to respond to your message. It's like still loading a response. It may not load before the stream ends, though. We have like seconds left in the stream. Godzilla said, I just came. No worries, Godzilla. Like I said, at 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, we'll have something to do. So let's see. The game said, whoops, something went wrong. Try again or go to the playaidungeon.io/status to check the status of the servers. Interesting. So I've never seen this error message before. I'm going to use that error message real quick to check the status of the servers and make sure that AI Dungeon 2 is running. It says status healthy, so it's not like the servers are down. So I should probably just try again. When it says try again, do I need to revert it or can I just do it again? Volt said, oof, looks like it ends on a cliffhanger. Looks like it does indeed. But don't worry, like I said, we'll be able to play more at 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We'll probably start fresh with like a new campaign. We can still use the same characters if we want to, or we can create new characters. But definitely stay tuned. Like I said, at 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, we'll be back with more AI Dungeon 2. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jeff like the one only, logging out. And stay tuned. I'm about to do a little bit more Dragon Ball Fighter Z before we do the next AI Dungeon 2 stream. Norfolk said tonight, yes, tonight, at 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, we're going to have another AI Dungeon 2 stream. So stay tuned for that. Chickadee. And I'll see you guys then. Or I might see you guys even earlier if you guys tune in to the Dragon Ball Fighter Z stream that I'm about to do right now. See you there. Chickadee.